Hard work does not get you to $10,000 a month. I know because I got to $30,000 a month, and I swear to God, I have not worked more than 8 hours in a single day. All these people talking about, oh, if you want to make it, if you want to do great things in this society, you got to work 16 hours, you got to do this, you got to do that. I mean, that's all you hear, and I actually fell victim to that. I always thought I wasn't doing enough, but here I am today, and my agency is very successful. I have multiple employees. I went from delivering pizza, $0K a month last year, to $8,000 in my first month. And I didn't get there the way that you think I would. Because if you look at my success from an outside perspective, you must say, oh my God, he must have worked so hard. He must have done all this stuff. And I really don't think that I did. What I did was something else. And something that I think is way more important than working hard, which is I worked consistently for years. I'm a firm believer that if you work consistently on something for 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day for years, you're gonna find success, right? You don't have to work 16-hour days. And to put this into even better perspective, you gotta think about like Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg built Facebook while he was still in school. He still had to do classes. He still had to, he still had relationships. Like Mark Zuckerberg was going to one of the most prestigious, hardest schools in the country, and he still had time to build Facebook, right? So it's just about the quality of what you're doing in those few hours a day. It's way more important than like working 16 hours a day. Like, to be quite honest with you, I don't even know what I would do 16 hours a day in a marketing agency, right? Especially if you've gotten to the point where you can afford to hire people out. Like, if I were to, there's some days where I literally have nothing to do. Obviously, there's some days where I have a ton of stuff to do. Like, things are going wrong, things are breaking, clients are texting me, but that's like maybe once a week. The rest of the days, I probably work a few hours, I have a meeting, and there's not much to do. So I just, go to the gym and I read and I watch videos and I'm in a very blessed position. And I kind of want to make this video for the person that thinks, so people that watch this video, because there's a lot of misinformation online. And I truly think that if you fall into this propaganda of working 16-hour days, like, you're gonna burn out. And I think that's the wrong way to go about it. And I always knew that about myself. I always knew the maximum capacity I had is I'm very inherently lazy, and I can't work, and I have a really bad attention span. I have ADHD, I have TikTok brain, and I can't work that long in a row. Like, I can't work 16 hours in a row. It's just not how I work. So I kind of adapted my work balance to my personality. And instead of working 16-hour days, I just said, all right, if I work 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, it's gonna compound in the long run. And it did, and it worked out. And to go even further into how like bad my work ethic is I can remember the time of my life where I made the most growth and the most progress. And it was this period of like intense education on myself. Like, I was buying courses, I was involved in communities, I was reading books. And most of my days, right? And this was probably like a 6-month period of just intense educational growth. And I wasn't studying 8 hours a day. I wasn't studying 10 hours a day. What I was doing was I was actually watching videos on my computer. Like, I would throw on maybe a Harvard lecture that's 8 hours long about marketing, or a Hormozy video, or a video from a course. And I would play Brawl Stars on my phone simultaneously. And I would listen to the podcast while I'm playing Brawl Stars. And I probably did this, and this was the only thing I had to do, other than maybe like editing a video here, filming here. Most days, I was just throwing on a video and playing Brawl Stars or Clash of Clans on my phone. And during this period that I was doing this, It actually was a period that changed my entire life. Like, I feel like I got so much smarter. And on the contrary, I actually have a buddy of mine that did the opposite of me. Like, he didn't educate himself on content. He was like more of this hard worker, and we were both in the same position at that time. And he was more of the traditional hard worker, like working 8 hours, 10 hours. And like, he's still doing the same thing that he was doing back then. Whereas now I am making $30,000 a month. And I think it's just because I was working on the right thing. I wasn't working on editing. I wasn't working on filmography tools or whatever. I was working on increasing my skills and my getting further in skills that were going to be more important than like filmography. Because having a marketing agency, right, is way more about interpersonal skills, influence, taking risks. Like, some of the books I read were hugely impactful on me. Like the Bezos letters was very impactful on me. And a lot of Hormozi's talks were impactful on me on just like what to work on and the quality of work. So getting to 30K a month was nothing more than working on something 1 to 2 hours a day, educating myself on things that were important and quality work rather than hard work. Because, it's very easy to fall into that trap. So I just wanted to make this video to, explain that what got me here, contrary to what everyone else is saying on the internet, was not hard work. And I really think that these guys are fucking posers. These guys that are like, oh, I just work so hard. If you don't work 16 hours a day, like, this is just what it takes to be like an entrepreneur. And it's like, I just think they're fucking lying, because I've heard people say that in the space, and then I like watch them doom scroll for like 2 hours. Like, I guarantee you, like Luke Belmar and all these guys, like, they don't work that hard. And they're just lying to you. They want to make it seem like it's impossible, when in reality, like, there's not that much competition out here. You just have to be consistent. Like, most people quit because they listen to those people and they think, oh, I'm not working 16 hours a day. I don't have a good enough work ethic. I'm not going to make it. And I just think that's such fucking bullshit that these people say that. Truly, right? And I don't believe that they do it themselves, and I've seen it before. I've seen people tell me like, oh, I work so hard, I work this and this. And I'm like, seriously, bro? Like, I work smart and I work consistently every single day. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie so I seem like this fucking hardworking guy. Because it's just not true. So don't listen to those guys. I can almost certainly say, right, if you want to hit $20,000, $30,000, even up to $100,000 a day, all it takes is being consistent and working on the right thing and working smart. So hopefully this helps.